Hello there, it's good to meet you. I am John Walters. I was born on the 30th of May 1920 in Immingham, Lincolnshire, and I was actually a twin, but not identical. My twin sister was called Joan. My father, Ernest, he was a brick labourer, and my mother was called Alice. Joan and I had an older sister, Gladys. After I left school, I joined the railway company LNER. First of all, I was only a lowly messenger boy, but I worked my way up to the operations department. My favourite thing, though, was playing football, and I played for Immingham Wanderers. When war broke out, I was 19 years old, and I joined up right away into the Grenadier Guards. Soon, though, I heard about the commandos, and I wanted to join them, and it sounded really exciting. It was tough going through the selection process, though. Only the strongest and fittest were accepted, and the rest were returned to unit, RTU. Fortunately, I made it, and I was assigned to Number 4 Commandos and sent to Scotland. We were based in Troon and billeted among local families. We used the playground of Barassi Primary School as our parade ground. It was in Troon that I met my future wife, Elizabeth. She worked in the aircraft factory at Prestwick Airport. Our first action was in April 1942, when we took part in Operation Abercrombie. This was a raid on the French coast near Boulogne. It was the first time anyone had used the new landing craft assault vessels. Our targets were to capture prisoners if possible, and to destroy a searchlight. We landed successfully, but the only Germans we came across escaped, and we ran out of time before we could destroy the searchlight. However, it was a very useful practice. 4 months later, we took part in Operation Jubilee, a raid in the French port of Dieppe. Although Operation Jubilee was a failure, and many soldiers, including Canadian troops, were killed, wounded, or taken prisoner, 4 Commando achieved their goals. We successfully landed, neutralised a German artillery battery, and withdrew. Our part of the raid, in fact, was considered a model for future amphibious Royal Marine Commando assaults, and that was very important the following year. I was actually slightly wounded during the raid, but it wasn't serious, and when we got back to Troon, I married Elizabeth at Troon Old Church on the 12th of September 1942. For the next 2 years, we prepared for D-Day, or Operation Overlord as it was codenamed. On the 6th of June 1944, 4 Commando were the first commandos ashore on the Normandy beaches. Our objectives were to liberate the village of Ouistreham and to relieve the airborne units who had captured the Orne brigades. We were successful, but sadly, I was killed in action. I was 24 years old, and I'm buried in Hermanville War Cemetery in Normandy, France.